what's good you guys? So thanks for returning to a new video. I'm really appreciative of that. So today I'm going to talk about something, like if you've read the title of this video, you know what I'm going to talk about. Side note, there will be some spoilers in my video here because I'm going to talk about certain characters and their actions in the series. So if you haven't watched the series, I would recommend you to watch the series then come back. But if you don't care about these kind of minor spoilers, then maybe you should give this video a try. But other than that, I'll highly recommend you to watch the series before you watch this video. Thank you. I'm going to talk about why I was wrong about this series, Oshi No Ko. So firstly, before I got to watch this series, I saw a lot of videos and clips of this show, and I even saw the length of the first episode. It is over an hour long. It's literally a movie, so a lot of things put me off. And when I look at this animation style, it really reminds me a lot of fan service kind of anime. And the main reason why I thought this is a fan service kind of anime is because I heard something about it's about idols, and that idea, and so I thought, you know, it's about idols literally, so it's about fan service and things like. I don't know why the first thing that came to my mind when I heard idols was it's going to be a fan service. I really don't know why, but that's how my mind thought of it. The story idea of a 16-year-old getting pregnant was not really my cup of tea. That kind of story, if a story is like that, I would usually not read or watch a story like that, because that kind of story does not appeal to me at all, because I was not really interested in that kind of story. And I assumed it was fan service because it's about idols, and for some reason when idols came to my mind, I just thought of fan service, and I'm really not into those kind of anime actually. I'm more into anime that are more realistic, or if they are not really that realistic, at least they are more action centered and have a power system and things like that. But the animation really looked beautiful, and that's something I could take away from it. And then there was a lot of hype for this show. A lot of people on YouTube were reacting to it, and there was a lot of positive comments. I mean, it has a really high rating on IMDb as well. So I was really just, curious, maybe I should just turn it on and see what this show is about, because a lot of people are talking about it, a lot of people are praising it, and a lot of people are watching it. And Yoasabi did the opening for this show as well. And I've seen a lot of my favorite reactors react to this show, and a couple of people talk about it, and the reviews seem to be really good. But because I'm not really into fan service kind of animation and animated stories and things like that, I know there are a lot of animes like that with a lot of fan service, and I'm not into those kind of stuff. And that's what it originally looked like to me, but I decided to give it a try. I decided to give it a try. Let's see what it's about. So by then there was only one episode, only the first episode, which was like a literal movie. It's like a prologue if I'm not wrong, and it's a literal movie with the duration. So I clicked it on and I gave it a chance. And I must say, I was blown away by how good it was. It was nothing like I expected. I expected a lot of fan service and things like that, but basically I expected a lot of Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, but that's not what I got. So this show delves a lot into the dark side of the entertainment industry. Here it mainly focuses on the idols, but I think this applies to the entertainment industry as a whole. Because later on in the show you'll see they're talking about, it's not just about idols, but it's about dating shows and things like that as well. And that's such an interesting concept to touch on. Like, a lot of artists are struggling out there, and this show really puts into light about what all these artists, these actors, these idols or these stars are facing. And I actually expected it to be a lot more wholesome for some unknown reason. Maybe it's because of the animation that I saw from the clips. The animation was very bright and beautiful, so I expected a lot of wholesome stuff. But what I got was a lot of dark stuff instead, which I must say really shocked me when I first saw it. So we begin with this scene in the hospital where this doctor is with this young girl who has an illness, and the girl who has an illness really loves this idol, Ai Hoshino, right? And then because of her, he also got to fall in love with this idol, Ai Hoshino. And then he dies because this stalker kills him, and then after that both the guy and the girl are reborn as twin for Ai Hoshino, the person that they are a fan of. And when I saw that, I was like, what? Wait, what? What? So it's a reincarnation kind of story, if you know what I mean. And that's okay, I'm not really familiar with the reincarnation storylines. I've never really read much of them or seen much of them, but this is one of them, and this is a very interesting take as well. By the way, can we just appreciate the animation for all? The animation here is absolutely beautiful. The animation of this show is beautiful. And then in the prologue, we see a lot of things happening. We see Ai as she struggles in this idol world. Outside, they think that she's single and things like that. But in reality, she has children. There are many things where she's furtive about her life to the outside world, because if she reveals such information, she could be losing fans and things like that. So this talks a lot about the entertainment industry, where there are a lot of stars and actors who are keeping secrets so that they can keep their fame, they can keep their jobs, protect their jobs and things like that. It's not just about, you can look at Hollywood for example. For so many years, Harvey Weinstein has been sexually harassing females, and Hollywood kept a secret about it. So it's still relevant up to today what they are saying, that the stars are keeping things a secret from the public so that they can protect the public's view of them and still continue to be famous and have the fame and all those things. Our main male protagonist, Aqua, is a really smart guy because, you know, in his previous life he was a literal doctor and things. So this baby is a smart baby. And then we have his sister, whose name I sadly forgot right now. His sister, who is the reincarnation of the girl with the illness. And they don't know that they both knew each other. Like, there was some hintings in the first episode, the prologue, that they might know each other, but we don't know for sure if they really figured that out. Well, at least to me it seemed like they didn't figure it out yet completely. And that's really interesting. I'm very curious to see how that storyline brings about. How their storyline where they don't know each other, but in reality they already actually knew each other, goes from here. And then in the first episode, one very big tragic thing happens, and throughout the series we see these two children grow up and see what they become. Aqua has this hatred and wants to avenge his mother because his father killed the mother, so he wants to avenge her and go get to the father. Whereas the daughter, she wants to become an idol just like the mother. And then we also learn a lot about acting and things like that, where things about communication, how communication is more important, very important, and talent is important, but communication is also very important. Understanding what the director wants and giving him what they want and things like that. We understand that a lot about the entertainment industry in general. Is really amazing, and it really exposes the entertainment industry, let's just say. Oh wait, now I remember, the sister's name is Ruby Hoshino, I remember now. And then one episode that really broke me, it literally broke me on the inside, literally, was the episode with Akane Kurokawa. At least that's what I think her name is. So, you know, in this dating show, she did something, you all know what she did. She scratched one of her co-stars in the face, although she has a photo shoot the next day. And people saw that, and the internet was enraged. The internet put lots of negative comments on her. She got a lot of negativity on her from the public, and this ultimately, and she's really a hardworking person, and her boss also doesn't think very highly of her because she can't bring in the profits since she's not the main star of this dating show. So what happens is she's pushed to the absolute limit, so much to the limit that she even goes on to commit suicide, which is really scary. But then again, it sounds so realistic because, I mean, this probably happened somewhere already, and many stars are probably facing this problem. So it's really, how do I say this? It's really realistic, and we see how that happens. And then, yeah, so they let some of the side characters like Akane really shine here. Akane Kurokawa really shine here. So it's not just a story about Aqua going to find revenge for her mother. There's much more to it, and there's a lot about the entertainment industry and the negativity inside. This is a really dark anime, which is quite the contrast compared to what I initially thought of it. I initially thought of it as a very bright and happy anime with a lot of fan service, and that's not what I got. So there we go. I actually thought all the characters were great here. Even Kana was really amazing here, because when she was young, she really was a young star. But once Aqua came into her life, she loses it because Aqua, within his first try, did a really amazing job, and she wanted to, and she didn't like that because she wanted to be the main star of that scene, but Aqua stole the show there, and she doesn't like it because, you know, she's very young, she needs to get used to it and things like that. So she cannot get used to it. She's very young, and then we see her after some time, many years later, after she has grown up, and she's learned a lot from Aqua, and also throughout her experience in the film industry, where she's actually suffered a lot because of the film industry, and we see her and we really see those struggles that she's been through. That's something really amazing this show shows, the struggle in the film industry. Ruby, who wants to be an idol, because of her mother, she's inspired to become an idol. And Akane really just joins her. Okay, some can say Aqua was, you know, kind of forcing her to join because he was kind of being a bit aggressive. At least for me, he was. But in the end, she did join. So she's really a very helpful friend as well. So I think she deserves some credit for that. And not just her, Memo, I think that was what her name was. The YouTube girl, the one with the yellow hair and things. She's a really enjoyable character to watch on screen as well. And really, there are very interesting characters here that I really like. But ultimately, this story is about Aqua getting revenge for his mother by getting to the father. So that's what the ultimate purpose of this story is. And that's what's going on here. So that's the ultimate story here. But it's filled with so many of these small stories at the side of the show that it really encapsulates so many themes about the negative side of the entertainment industry. And it just doesn't, it's not just that it applies to, you know, the idol industry, although that's what this show is mainly focusing on. I just mentioned an example with Hollywood, so it kind of applies to Hollywood and the film industry. So basically it applies to the entirety of the entertainment industry. And that's really amazing to watch that they came up with this show, this idea to expose how the entertainment industry is. And I was really blown away by this series because it subverted every single one of my expectations, literally. And again, Aqua, ultimately his goal is to get closer to the father, his father, because he wants to get revenge for the mother. So he does things that, you know, even kisses the girl from the dating show, and he does things which just to get to him, you know. So he's using a lot of things, he's doing a lot of things to get what he wants. His sister, he's trying to be a protective brother for his sister, and he's also trying to help Kana by, you know, dressing up as that one famous fitness YouTuber guy so that, you know, she would listen to him and he can motivate her and things like that, yada yada yada. A lot of great stuff with this anime. This anime really, let's just say it really blew my expectations out of the water. My expectations for this show was just fan service, good animation, bright and funny and happy. And what I got was dark, realistic, and basically the complete opposite of what I said earlier. And I'm really appreciative of that, what they did with this show. And I really love that show for many reasons, and these are some of the reasons. So this show is really, really amazing. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this video, because I literally spoiled a lot of things that happen in the show in this video. So, but even though you watch this video, you'll find enjoyment in watching the series. So there you go. If you haven't seen this series, because, you know, you also just like me undermining this show, give it a try. It might just, you know, blow your expectations out of the water as well. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. If you want to tell me something, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I have nothing else. See you next time. You guys are always the best.